Nobilineal, doing some test plays today, so I'm going to run your map again here, beloved. So I saw, like, you're looking for some recommendations on some parts and whether it's curated. As I kind of mentioned to you when I sent you a message last night, I don't know how much I'm going to be able to help with that, because I've already looked at the section that you wanted pattern advice on, and I mean, I kind of told you what I thought, but I don't know if I'll have any other ideas. And of course, I'm not an expert on like how to get maps curated and stuff. But I will let you know, one thing I like to do, because I really want to get my maps curated, is I look through, I'm a bit of a nerd, so I look through the Excel sheet of the curation request feed. So I like to look through basically reasons why maps get rejected to try to help me not do those mistakes. So I don't know if any of this will kind of apply to your map specifically, but I thought I'd just point a few things out, because I have seen a couple of patterns, like things that tend to get rejected. Obviously, number one is just straight up mistakes. Obviously, sometimes they'll get rejected if like the angles are really awkward. So again, I'm assuming that's not including like tech stuff. I mean, take that with a grain of salt. I don't really know exactly what angles they're talking about. A lot of times they'll get rejected. They'll say things like, there's nothing wrong with the map, but nothing stood out, or it was kind of boring. So obviously very subjective, but I see that a lot. Like, just the map basically didn't excite them. And then the final thing that I see a lot of maps either getting rejected for or like quite heavily criticized on is things like incorrect, no jump speed, but more specifically jump duration. So this potentially could be one that applies to you, because like looking at your map, it's got a reaction time of like 700, which to me is kind of floaty for like an expert plus map. I know it's like a slower map, especially at the beginning. But for example, your jump distance of 25, I could see that being a red flag for getting curated. Like, I think they don't want jump distances over 24. So again, whether that means you have to change it or not, I don't know, but I've definitely seen maps get rejected because they have high jump distances. So just wanted to throw that out there. I mean, obviously, if I see any like major red flags playing the song, I'll let you know, but that's kind of really the only advice I can give you on what to do to get your map curated. Honestly, that's my goal every time I put out a map too. And I've been doing pretty good lately, so with success of getting them curated, but I mean, I never know when I submit if it's going to be curated. I'm just going to jump in now. So obviously, like, I'll leave the jump distance alone right now because I want to see how it plays. I remember the first time I played the map not feeling like it was a problem. I remember really liking this intro. This is much easier to see the notes with the lights on. And I think you said you picked the colors you did because you were trying to match the aesthetic of the album. So that's really cool. I guess it's, yeah, very monochrome. You could make the light gray note just a fraction darker to make the arrows a little easier to see. I mean, it doesn't bother me personally because I actually rarely play with the arrows anyway. But just on mention, that black note felt a bit of a reach, the one that was off to the left. It wasn't bad, but I just kind of felt like I had to go, oh crap, it's right there. Actually, hang on a second. Sorry, I'm too close to my table here. Sorry, I put my Guardian really close to my desk so I could find my notes, and I just hit my hand. I think you haven't played VR until you've smashed your hand into something. that black note felt a bit of a reach. I mean, probably the light gray note too after it, but that one didn't feel as bad. I'm really enjoying the transitions into the horizontal sections. They feel very smooth so far.
These are feelings that do not pass so easily. I can't forget what we claimed as ours.
If I remember correctly, I think this is the part you were worried about. I'll go back and actually look at the timing of it. Yeah, I'm not really sure what you can do. I mean, like, the trouble is it does feel repetitive. It's a very satisfying movement, though. Like, I actually really like that part, but, I mean, because you're asking about curation, yeah, like, they might find that too repetitive. I mean, the only thing I could think of if you wanted to, like, totally change it up would maybe to be, like, do something like use doubles instead of stacks. Because I'm thinking since it's I'll go back and look at it, but I'm thinking because it's alternating between single notes and the stacks, aka the doubles, I think it would work to make it more variety. Because then it would alternate between, like, same direction doubles and alternating direction doubles. Sorry, I'm losing my train of thought because I'm trying to focus on what I'm doing. I'll just go back to that part. I mean, it would just give you more flexibility if you switch them to doubles, I think, than keeping them stacks. Because, like, stacks, you just kind of only have one choice, right? Like, you have to do a stack in the direction that's going to make parity work. While if you do something like doubles there instead of the stacks. But, I mean, I'm getting the impression you're probably doing the stacks there to distinguish it from the rest of the map. Because, of course, you do a lot of doubles in the maps, which, like, in the rest of the map, which feels really good. Sorry, I know this probably isn't too helpful. I'm just kind of thinking out loud while I play, because it's kind of a long song, so I don't want to make the video too long by having to do a lot of thinking when I get back to that part. But, you know, I think that this is actually a testament to how polished this map is. The fact that I can, like, be kind of thinking about what I would do with that section, and I'm just kind of like this all just, whoop, that was me. Like, it all just feels very natural and it's flowing really nice. So I don't really have to think about what I'm doing, if that kind of makes sense. I like maps like that. Like, I mean, it's not like I'm thinking about my taxes while I'm playing Beat Saber, but I kind of like that, like, when a map flows and it just, like, it just becomes like you let your body do what it wants to do and you don't even have to think about it. Okay, one thing I thought of, like now that I'm getting kind of further into the map here, the beginning of the map, I feel like was much more bottom heavy and not too much in the top row going on. And then as I progressed in the map, there was kind of more top row involvement, which I really liked. Although that section I just played while I was saying that ended up being very bottom heavy. I don't know if that affects curation, and I'm curious to see what the numbers are in Map Checker. But the map kind of feels a little bottom row heavy. Or at least not many notes in the top row. I think middle row's pretty good. Yeah, like stuff like that where I'll see it. Look, the 7 minutes just flies by. Like stuff like that. You had more in the top row there. So I mean, maybe check that out. Okay, let me go back. So I'm just looking. Where's my phone? Gotta see what the time is. 3:29. Yeah, I think it's that. It's like here. I'm just gonna slow it down. I think I know which part it is, though. Okay, yeah, so it looks like there's 3 single notes between each stack. So I think the idea of doing the stacks is that, because this part definitely sounds different from the rest of the song. So I get the sense that you're doing this, like you're trying to make this part stand out from the rest of the song. And again, I actually like it. I mean, I know I said that the last time we played through, but I found it very satisfying. I think the only thing I had suggested you could do to change it up was change like the direction. Cause I think you've got like the stacks kind of all in the same direction. And then it switches to the other hand and they're kind of in the same direction. You could do a little bit more like back and forth flow, like have a stack horizontal, have one sideways, have one vertical, back to horizontal, or back to diagonal, back to horizontal, and then switch to the other hand. Like that could give it a little bit more variety if you really want to stick with the stacks. So it kind of almost feels like you're going back and forth, in the song like that. Or like I was kind of saying while I was playing is if you wanted to, you could make the stack doubles instead, because since there's 3 notes between each stack, that would change whether they're in the doubles are in the same direction or in the opposite direction. So I think that would give it a lot of variety where you could have like, it would be 1 down, 1 opposite, then it'd be it'd be 1 down, 1 opposite, and then it would be up, and then opposite, right? I like doing stuff like that to make, and just having doubles gives you more variety in terms of what they can be. The problem is, I think then that's going to make it very similar to the rest of your song, which I love the double use in the song. So again, I don't say that as a criticism because I like it, but I think it would then make this part feel the same as kind of the rest of the song. One thing you could maybe do if you want to make it stand out is either keep what you've got or, like I said, switch it to the doubles, but maybe do something that you haven't done in the whole entire song, like bombs, right? Like cosmetic, almost like dodge walls, but with bombs, because you do a lot of walls in the rest of the song. So I don't think that would make it stand out. But if this is the only part of the map that has bombs, for example, that could potentially make it stand out too. And honestly, if you hate all these ideas, I totally understand. I'm just trying to brainstorm something. Cause like I said, I actually like it how it is. But I know you're asking for like different pattern suggestions. So, just a couple things you can think or you could play with and see if any of that makes sense. I will, if I think of anything else, I'll post it in the description of the video. But otherwise, I found it very easy to play. It was very smooth. All the transitions to horizontals felt good. The doubles all felt good. The timing felt excellent. At least I didn't notice any issues. So is it curatable? I mean, I have no idea, but it feels very solid and, I would say it's got a good chance. Anyway, hope that helps.